You already know what time it is. Hey, let's go. What up, dude? It's your anthem, homie. Let's do it. What up, dude? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This let go. What up, dude? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. 7 points on the board. Touchdown. You can never ignore. Let's go. When we into the end zone, take a look at the score. Bryce Young out here throwing dots. O-line out here holding blocks. We too real, no Photoshop. Just a few things that Doug talk about. What up, Doug? When they see it in public, they showing them love. Uncle Quan, what's up? Panther Nation, it is time to go up. Really in the field capturing, acknowledging players who talented. Doug is bringing the analysis. The defensive beats when they tackle it. The front seven rush got them panicking. The pressure's too much, they can't handle it. You coming to Bank of America Stadium, this is where it get challenging. You hear this song, it's time to tune in and turn it up. You gotta turn it up. If you listen and saying what time with me is, we all repeat and we scream. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This let go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. Shout out to my man, what's up, Doug? Make sure y'all tune in and tap into his journey and everything that he's doing. Carolina forever, Panther Nation. It's go time, let's go. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. Let go.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your man C Dougie here. Yes, this is not a fluke. This is not a clone. I know everybody been wondering where Dub been at, man. Life has been great. Life has been good. It's draft time, man. Why not come back, give you guys some content before the draft, bring on one of the best beat writers, one of the beat writers people really don't know about. He's getting up there. I'm going to introduce him. And we also got one of my favorite content creators out there in the Panther sphere, family to the channel, man. We got Alex Zitlow and we got FPFO up here tonight with us to talk about what is Dan's game plan for next Thursday. Kind of, sort of, a little bit ahead of time, but next week, the draft will be starting right around this time. So a great time to sit here and do some content with you guys, talk about a couple things on the offseason, do a mock draft, and get you guys already out of here, man. But again, we have Alex Zitlow from the Charlotte Observer joining us. Blue and Black Podcast. Again, the tag team partner with Mike K from the Charlotte Observer. Go ahead and tell the people what's up, Alex.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Very happy to be on the show, and I'm honored to be alongside the great Doug, and then also the four Panthers only crew. You know what I'm saying? I've been on their podcast as well. They're a really fun time. They have some interesting takes on Trevin Wallace at the inside linebacker spot, which I will be interested to hear about. But yeah, I'm just excited to talk Panthers football today.
Yes, sir, man. I definitely appreciate you pulling up. And like I said, you've had a busy day. Shout out to the Panthers also sitting there naming the training facility after the Atrium Help. So I definitely saw your tweets out there. You've been a busy man today, man. So I definitely appreciate you giving us the time here to sit here and talk some Panther football.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say the background of the show, is that just like a new rendering of the training facility that you got and that no one else got? I mean,
Nah, that's a rendering that I made.
okay. It looks fresh. It looks realistic. Yeah,
I appreciate it, man. So let's go ahead and bring on, like I said, one is calm. They're yin to yang. You already know who brings the hype. Like I said, hey, I pray for Terrence, man. Like I said, I don't know how he do it with the host. It should be Terrence, the host, and co-host JJ. But let me go ahead and bring up them brothers, man. What's popping, JJ? What's popping, Terrence, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
How y'all
I'm trying to do a lot. I'm trying to be a lot more calm. I told you. I text you last week. I'm a chill, and I'm trying to do a lot better with just being calm, going through my breathing routines, and of course, Terrence helps me with that every week.
Terrence,
Sometimes he triggers it.
Terrence, before you say something, only thing that happened is you let it all out on Tuesday, but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's what happened. You let it all out on Tuesday, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we had to. But yeah, I be trying to calm him down, but you know, sometimes he get a little too far ahead of himself. You can only say so much to him. You can only say so much. So,
yo,
y'all
it was
go
so
ahead and
crazy.
tell the people what's up, man.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, go.
Alex, you good? What you were about to say? Oh, my bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, I've heard so much about JJ's passion that he speaks with the Panthers. The one time I was on the pod, it was like the most civil discussion I've ever been a part of. So I guess he must have been in rare form or something.
Yeah, definitely rare form.
Just the ability to turn it on and off, brother. That's it.
Okay.
When I'm in the presence of greatness like that, you know what I'm saying? I got to be a little more professional. I know I got more eyes on me, you know what I'm saying? Organization, watching. So it'd be a lot of things that I just, that's all it is. How everybody feeling though? Doug, what's happening?
Hey,
welcome
back.
Like
I said, man, like you already know what's popping, man. Like I said, shout out my co-host. He in the chat, man. Y'all just send a little prayer up, Quan, underneath the weather a little bit, man. But life is good, man. Quan, if you're in the chat still, can I go ahead and tell them what's going on for both of us? Just put a yes. And then if you say yes, then I'll go ahead and say yours too. But life is good, man. I was telling the fellas up here, man, I'm literally 100 days today from walking down the aisle. So life has been good. Awesome. Coordinator, talking to waiting coordinator, we're literally on the last lap. When I mean last lap, we got a couple more things to pay for. And then other than that, we good to go. So I see Quan said C. So also, not only am I about to walk down the aisle, my brother, my co-host, is a dad to my little goddaughter that him and his now future fiance have asked me to be. So Quan is also now engaged and about to be married next year, man. So like I said, we've been having some good things behind the scenes. Life is good. Like I said, I know a lot of people have reached out to us and said, hey, are y'all gone? No, it's just life is good, man. Outside of streaming, we do have a life. But again, like I say on the back end, always support FPFO, all these beat writers. Again, you guys have not missed a drop of content from not only Alex Zitlow and the Charlotte Observer, but also FPFO here, representing them as the content creators, but all around this realm that we have in the small market. So I definitely appreciate these two entities coming up to talk some ball with us, man. So
for sure, man. Hey, thank you so much for having us. And congratulations to you and Quan. That's amazing.
Yes, sir, man.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. So before
everybody in the space, everybody's inching closer and closer to Unk status. Everybody
Alex did not say he was gonna start. Alex did not say he's gonna start. He gonna throw his jabs. He gonna throw.
You did say that.
He did say that. Throw him, man.
It's natural. It's the passage of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fine.
But before we get into content, because like I said, I ain't gonna hold everybody. It's a Thursday, and like I said, I know everybody's had a long day. I would like Terrence and we'll shout out first to FPFO for hosting the mock draft challenge with the content creators. Either JJ or Terrence, can you guys tell them about it and where they can vote? FPFO broke down all their hosts and hostesses on there. All three of us are in the challenge right now. So go ahead and take it away, either Terrence or JJ.
Yeah. So, I mean, first and foremost, I'll say shout out to our content manager, Dylan, because this is actually his project. This is something that he brought to me probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And I was kind of hesitant at first for whatever reason. So luckily he got the green light for that. And over the past couple of years, we've been doing our mock draft tournament. Has been a huge success. It kind of gives us the opportunity to bring the community together and kind of cross mingle, I guess you can say, with different content creators or whatever the case may be. So we bring 32 content creators together, beat writers, whatever the case may be. They all do their mock drafts and we put them head to head. Different brackets, obviously inspired by March Madness, and so that kicked off today. Actually, I think I'm in 50-50 right now, and I'm trying to fight out of the first round because for whatever reason we have a history with being eliminated in the first round. And I say we, but it's really just one person.
Wait, slow down. I will say, if y'all are on X/Twitter, please go vote for me. For some reason, I don't know why I always get booted in the first round, but we went back and actually looked at history, and my mock draft last year was better than a lot of people's that, made it out of the first round.
True.
So I don't know if it's me that don't know ball or y'all don't know ball, but y'all go vote for me, please. I don't think my draft is that bad, but yeah, shout out to Dylan for sure.
Most definitely. And y'all can go vote on Twitter at FPFO_podcast. And also a cool little twist that we're adding this year. So every content creator that is a part of the mock draft has selected a charity. So the winner of the charity, the winner of the mock draft has selected their charity. We will donate the money that we've raised up to this point, as well as whatever else comes over in the next 6 or 7 days, over to the charity of their choosing. So something that we're really, really excited about. I think we're close to $1,200 right now that. So, like I said, just trying to bring the community together and just be a positive light, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like that, but that's really what it is.
Hey man, but I'm being serious though. Shout out to FPFO. Like I said, haven't met Terrence yet. I met JJ. I think this is my 3rd year doing it with you guys, if I'm not mistaken. And whenever they asked or they suggested they were doing charity, I said, why not? I mean, it's all based off of opinion, but I mean, you're doing it for a good cause to give back to a charity. So definitely shout out to you guys, team. And again, I look forward to it, just the engagement, and I think it's grown this year, if I'm not mistaken, because I heard the numbers. So it continues to grow each year from year 1 that you guys had it. So shout out to you guys, man. To the chat, man, I'm gonna go ahead. Nothing has changed. Shout out to our new member. If you do not know, Alex, I think you remember, we play a little song over here for our members that sit here and get a membership. So let me go ahead and play it. So a membership, man. So I definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate
the memberships.
The love, man.
Get them memberships rolling in, man. Get them memberships.
So I definitely appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, like I said, the off season has been great, fellas. We can go ahead and get into it. Any other soliloquies or openings that anybody wants to do, so we can go ahead and get into this content?
Yeah, and if you see the merch that me and Doug are wearing, FPFO merch, you can go find it on 4PanthersFansOnly.com or go to X, go to our Instagram, and you'll be able to find the link to go copy you a shirt. Comfort tees, they feel really good. Make sure you wash them the right way. We've had people mess up on the washing cycle. So if you don't know how to wash your clothes, make sure you wash them the right way. But they're very fire shirt. They feel very good. They don't shrink. The material is very nice. And Doug has on the OG. I have on the white one. So go to our website and definitely cop a shirt.
Yes, sir, man. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. You already hear the background noise, like I said. Last time JJ was there, he was like, bro, who you got production? Like, we just got music over here, man. Music flowing, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you see on the thumbnail, Dan Morgan's game plan. Our final mock draft will close out with the show with the mock draft from Alex, Terrence, and JJ. But let's go ahead and talk about this aggressive approach. And what I mean by this is everybody's thinking, oh, Doug, you're going way back. No, the reason why I use this aggressive approach is because we know since Dan Morgan has been the GM, he has either double dipped from free agency, looking at the offensive line, not only from the offensive line to getting 2 ends this past year, this past year, and currently he went and got 2 of the best players in free agency. So the question that I want to ask the panel tonight and also the chat, do you think this is a defensive retooling or is this a defense rebuild for what Dan Morgan has done with this defense in this offseason? And anybody can go ahead and start, and then we'll bounce off of each other's thoughts.
Alex?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll start. I don't exactly know the difference between retooling and rebuilding, but in terms of like exactly what you're looking for in definition. But when it comes to the additions of Devin Lloyd and Jalen Phillips, I am not sure how you could have done a better job in free agency. Like, I've talked to some people throughout the league, but also in the media space, and they're him and Han a little bit. Yeah, no, this was great, but and they just like make some examples of how, okay, the Panthers got these guys, but they didn't get these guys. I think Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd are the two best schematic fits that Dan Morgan could have got for this defense, and also just 2 of the most talented players they could have gotten in free agency. You look at Devin Lloyd, he is one of the best coverage linebackers in the entire NFL. And coming off of a year where you had Christian Roseboom and Trevin Wallace in that spot, and tight ends were getting a lot of yards on the Panthers. Running backs were wreaking havoc in the passing game against the Panthers. He will do great things with that. He's also a great blitzing linebacker as well. Right. According to Next Gen Stats, he allowed the 3rd fewest expected points added per target among linebackers. This, like, Devin Lloyd is a straight up game changer. And the acquisition of him really, in my opinion, changed what the Panthers could be able to do in this NFL draft. I can go on for a long time, but I'm not sure how you could have done this free agency any better, really. I don't know how y'all feel, JJ and Terrence.
Yeah. I don't, like Alex, I don't really know the hardcore definition between the two, but I'm going to say it's more so of a retooling because it's not like, you had guys leave like Christian Roseboom, Pat Jones was injured, DJ Wanham is gone. So I felt like they brought guys in to not necessarily, replace those guys, but also I think that these are just better guys in general. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, Jalen Phillips was like top 5 in pressure rates. And based on his statistics, he had more alone than the whole Panthers like front 7 last year. So I don't know how you get better than that. And then you had a bottom tier linebacker core when it came to pass coverage, when it came to missed tackles. Devin Lloyd, we see that he's a stud, one of the best linebackers in the league. So I think that the Panthers really hit on this. And then when you have a younger guy like Trevin Wallace, like, who's better to learn from than a Devin Lloyd? So I feel like that's going to do nothing but up his game, hopefully. And then you have young guys like Nick Scourton and Princely. Like, those guys are going to be able to learn from Jalen Phillips, bounce off of him. And I think, like Alex says, schematically, like, these are 2 of the best guys that you could have gotten. And then just overall board-wise, I think that these were 2 of the best defensive guys that were on the board during free agency. So I think that the Carolina Panthers did exactly what you should want them to do as a fan. Now, I know like a lot of people say that Jalen Phillips, signing was an overpay, but, it's a 2-edged sword. Like, I think that if he stays healthy, then it's exactly what we should have did. And I was like looking at analysts break it down, and they were saying like he was pretty much going to be the highest paid regardless, no matter what team got him. So I don't think you can really complain too much about it. But yeah, I think that they did exactly what they should have did and been able to bolster this defense going into the next year.
Go ahead, JJ. I'll go after you.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I agree. Definitely a retooling. I think when you look at the foundation of what the Panthers defense has been over the past 2 or 3 seasons, you still have those guys in place. With Derek Brown and JC Horn obviously being the main focal points in that regard, and then kind of the explosion that Mike Jackson had on the scene last year. And then of course bringing in Trevon Moehrig last year in free agency. So definitely a retooling. I think that the decisions made were the ones that had to be made. And to me, I mean, when you look at the team overall, it's just a unit. Your strongest unit just got better, in my opinion, right? And so, I don't know, when you look at the lack of movement, I guess, Alex, as you referenced during your piece, you look at the lack of movement on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, it kind of makes sense why some Panthers fans would have reservations about that, especially after you lose Rico Dowdle and you don't necessarily bring in any additional weapons on that front outside of A.J. Dillon. But I would just say that we've seen this team and this organization, this front office kind of go all in on what they feel as though needs to happen. And so, like, when you lose Christian Roseboom, who, for whatever it's worth, I didn't think was the best linebacker for the Panthers by any stretch of the imagination.
No way. You didn't think I did not hear that from you last year.
Yeah, so I mean, you lose that, and then Trevin Wallace. Like, this is something that we spoke on Tuesday on our episode. That Trevin Wallace is one of those guys. Like, yeah, he made a lot of progress last year, but one of the things that kind of gives us cause for pause, me and Terrence, is the fact that he hasn't finished either one of his seasons since he's been in the league. Right. So when you look at that, it was essential that you had to go get a linebacker. And we've kind of been in linebacker purgatory over the last 4 or 5 years. And so, like, with you having the opportunity to go get a guy like Devin Lloyd, you have to do it. You have to pull the trigger. And the same is true with Jalen Phillips. This pass rush was one of the worst in the NFL last year. Obviously, you have a guy like a Nick Scorton who, showed promise, and I think he's going to go to the next level this year. I'll say it like that. But also with that, you have to have somebody to support him with him being so young. Pat Jones, obviously, like Terrence mentioned with the injury last year, he was kind of your edge rusher one. And unfortunately, that's just not a guy that I'm heading into 2026 with that being the case, right? And so with that, you go add a Jalen Phillips, like Terrence mentioned again, top 5 in the NFL in pressures created. You pair that alongside with a Pat Jones, who was your most productive edge rusher last year before he got injured. You pair that with a younger guy, who had 5 sacks last year with Nick Scorton, and now your defense looks totally different. So I think they went about the free agency period the right way. I definitely think it's a retooling. And if the main thing for the Panthers this year, for me personally, is staying healthy. If we stay healthy, this is, in my opinion, going to be a top 10 unit by far. And I think that that's going to help our team as a whole, and that's going to help an offense that we saw struggle really for the better part of the entire year last year. So I don't know. I'm excited.
So I couldn't not agree with anything anybody said, but I'm going to paint a picture. Think about it. We wanted Jane Phillips with trade since last year. Think about it. We wanted him before he got traded to Philly. We didn't have to give him any draft capital. Then when you look at it with Devin Lloyd, he was attached to us during the trade deadline last year as well. So you actually get to bring your pieces in and not give any capital up, trade any players away, do anything. Yes, I agree with Terrence. A lot of people really thought that we overpaid for Jaden Phillips. But just look at what Washington did with their new defensive end / linebacker. Everybody has to overpay whenever they're on that market. Because again, the market keeps going up and up and up and up. So then whenever we found out that Devin Lloyd, and shout out to FPFO, JJ made the point, Devin Lloyd took a discount to come to Carolina. And one thing that I want us to all understand is, I don't know how long we've all been Panther fans, but when is the last time we've actually had players, and it shows that players want to come to Carolina? One thing Dan Morgan said, he wants this to be an attractive destination for players. They talked about it when they asked matter of fact, shout out to Alex Zitlow that asked DB that question today about having a training facility, having these things come around. How does it feel to know that players want to come to Carolina? I feel like that's something that is refreshing because, again, Dan Morgan said he wants people to fear coming into Charlotte. I understand some fans say, Dougie, this schedule, it's going to show this year. Not only on this defense, it's going to show on another player that we're going to talk about throughout this show, but just on this defensive retooling, I think it's not done. And I think one thing Dan Morgan has alluded that he has not been able to give Evero the pieces that he needs. He's been able to, he's had to bargain shop. He didn't go bargain shopping this year. He literally went to the top of top tier Whole Foods, whatever, HEB. I'm talking about stores out here that we got. We got some good ingredients right there. You ain't going to the Dollar Tree. You ain't going to Family Dollar to go get this stuff.
And Doug, watch what Uncle EJ do with it.
That's what I'm saying. So
watch what he do with it.
So it's very interesting. And like I said, I would say it's a retool. And then I would throw this out unless somebody has another point. Question I have for the panel and also for the chat. Top 10 defense, you need to see it, or it's a guarantee?
Oh, I need to see it. I don't think that the talent might be there, but I don't think you can say that these Panthers will be a top 10 defense 2 years removed from having arguably, and in some ways statistically, the worst defense of all time. There's no way that Derek Brown's return last year, plus two other really good, not two, because Nick Scorton was there too, and Pat Jones came, but there's no way that leap can be made in 2 years. I don't think, or we shouldn't just like coronate it. You know what I'm saying? I need to see it first. Yeah. But and particularly with the team not being able to get after the quarterback last year, you can't immediately think that they're a top 10 team. But if Jalen Phillips can come in, if Devin Lloyd can come in, if Trevin Wallace can be the blitzing linebacker up to his potential that he could be, get those pressures up, then things might start to happen, because this defensive backfield is really good. With J.C. Horn, Mike Jackson should have been an all-pro cornerback last year. Like this defense could be really, really good, but you got to pressure the quarterback, and that's what we're going to see this year. If they can do that, then yes, but I need to see it first.
Yeah, I think definitely need to see it. You can't crown it as that already. Everything is not always, plug and play and succeed right away. It could take some time for guys to be able to mesh together, but I think that based on the season that they had last year with injuries, with Nick Scorton have to play early and often, with Princely probably having to get more snaps than, one might thought he should have, with Christian Roseboom just not really that. So I just feel like, it's something that you have to see, but I think that they brought the players in that could potentially put this defense into the top 10 category, but it's definitely something you have to see first. You can't crown it just off the bat based on the names.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for me, I think it's hard to guarantee anything. I think I've been over the past couple of years, I've been caught in a bad place with making guarantees, and then I look foolish. So I'm approaching this off season. I'm trying to be more mindful of that. Definitely have to show me. I think that even more than the pass, well, maybe not more than the pass rush, but to go alongside with the pass rush, I think that one of the things that's going to be essential from now until September is going to be adding depth defensively, specifically in the linebacker room, because again, like Trevin hasn't been able to finish. I know we brought Sherlis back, but in that same breath, like even if we're just looking and saying that Trevin is the guy that we're going with, he, like I mentioned, he made progress last year, but also, we look at some of the missed tackle rate, we look at the coverage rate, it leaves a lot to be desired. So I'll say that. But also one of the biggest things that I'm going to be looking at and feeling as though our defense is going to be a lot better if this happens is if we can get consistent production from Turk Wharton and Bobby Brown. That's really going to be one of the biggest things, honestly, because you look at what we pay Turk Wharton, and we've been extremely vocal about this on For Panthers Fans Only right now. And I know that this is kind of a triggering thing for Panthers fans because I said something about ROI on the spaces like last week, but I'm going to say it again. At some point or another, you have to look at that ROI on what you invested in Turk Wharton. And the same is true for Bobby Brown. So I think that if those guys take that next step within this scheme, and then you couple that with Nick Scorton, you couple that with bringing in Jalen Phillips, and you couple that with Pat Jones returning and being healthy, then I think that's when you can kind of see them teeter along that top 10 range. But again, I want to stay away from guarantees just because I've been bitten by that quite a few times over the last couple of years. So
Hey, and then Terrence, I'm gonna get your boy. I told JJ he was supposed to come up here with that ski mask on. I was gonna put them horns on. He forgot to pull that out for me. So you owe me one. You owe me one, fam.
I definitely owe you one for sure. But I gave everything that I had on Monday to that. I gave everything I had on Monday, and so today and moving forward, we said that we were just going to move on and we're going to just go back to regular schedule programming. So that's the only reason why. I told you, I text you on Tuesday. I told you that I was chilling because honestly, I was confused, bro. I'm not going to lie. I was very, very confused, but
you did. So now, even going into more depth, we're going in our second segment, man. And again, for those that do not know these faces, Alex Zitlow on Twitter. He is the other half of Black and Blue Podcast with Mike K out of Charlotte Observer. You can also catch Alex Zitlow on X. He is boots on the ground representing the Charlotte Observer as well, along with Mike K. And for Panther content creator, we have FPFO, JJ, and Terrence holding it down with us for our last mock draft of the year this year, and try to be as realistic as we can with everything being basically 7 days away. So appreciate everybody pulling up, man. All right, let's go ahead and go into our second.
Can I ask a quick question, Doug?
Go ahead.
To Alex.
Yeah, what's up?
And I guess this can be for everybody. Like, how do y'all feel about the safety room? Because I know a lot of people, like the read on Nick Scott is like, some people like him, some people can tolerate him, and some people don't necessarily feel as though he's the right fit. For me personally, I didn't think that he played bad last year, and I wasn't surprised that the Panthers decided to bring him back, and I wasn't mad that they made the decision to do so. If that wasn't where you allocated your funds. So how do y'all feel about it?
We need one.
Yeah, the need is very much there. I would not rule out getting a safety in the first round of this year's draft. I just wouldn't. It is a need. I think you also got to, when the Panthers brought back Nick Scott this year, you also got to remember they brought him back the year prior just for his special teams acumen, for his special teams ability. So he has a lot of uses on the football field beyond just being a starting safety and, playing essentially every snap at safety. But and he's a great communicator, great leader. The locker room really loves him. The coaching staff really loves him. I think he was a really good uniter along that defensive side of the football. But when it comes to talent, I think this room could really benefit from a ball hawking safety. Hey, shout out Uncle Gates. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because Lathan Ransom and Trayvon Merrick, two guys who are really good playing up in the box and being really good disruptors all over the field, but mainly closer to the line of scrimmage. It would be nice if the Panthers could find a way to add a safety. I know we're going to talk about it later, but that's how I feel about that, JJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and go into decision making then with Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan's vision, building a contender. Shout out to Panthers on Tap. I was with those gentlemen, Curtis and Bryson, last night. We were talking pre-draft and draft talk, and Alex was there. And Alex, I'm going to save you for last for the presser. You were there for the presser this week, and I'm going to save you for last. I want to get JJ and Terrence's thoughts. And the question I have with that presser, were you really able to read anything, hear anything out of Dan Morgan's pre-draft presser this past week with the draft being next week?
I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll go first real quick too, because I think, Terrence, that you have a little bit more to add than I do on this particular topic. I didn't necessarily really get a read. I found it interesting that he came out and kind of cleared the air, I guess, more or less on comments that Dave Canales made a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about, not drafting for depth or whatever the case may be in the in the first round or at pick 19. I found that very interesting. And then of course I also found it interesting that, he presented the idea of drafting a wide receiver in the first round in 3 consecutive years. And that's something that we've spoken about on FPFO, just about getting Bryce Young an additional weapon. not to get too far ahead of myself, but that's kind of what I personally want us to do. And so, yeah, I mean, outside of that, like it's hard to get a read, and just based on this front office and this coaching staff and the information that we've received over the past couple of years, and then what they do on draft night, typically are like two totally different things. So at this point, it's not even something that I really read too much into on that front.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of tough, like when you listen to the pressers, because I think they're more so not trying to tip their hand to other teams, which is respectable. I get it. But yeah, I think the thing that I like about Dan Morgan and Dave Canales and what this front office has been able to do over the last couple of years is don't make it complicated. Go get the best available. And I think that's a lot of what he talked about. And me personally, I think that in that best available, you're going to get one of the top tight ends to fall to you, or one of the wide receivers. But something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with what Dan Morgan said, you guys feel free to chime in, was they asked him about the tight end room multiple times. And he said that, I like what we have in our tight end room. And then it might have been Dave Newton that asked this. I don't know, because I couldn't see his face, but was asking what do you think about Bryce missing that, that tight end weapon, so to speak? How I always talk about young quarterbacks needed to bail them out of a lot of situations, especially with Bryce being more of a mobile quarterback and getting outside of the tackles and having to throw on the run. Like, I think that younger quarterbacks thrive with having a pass catching tight end who's able to make plays, and they're able to check the ball down to it, and not so have to be so much on the running back to kind of do that. And Dan Morgan was saying that he feels like we have those guys in the room. I personally haven't been able to see it. I'm kind of over the Tommy Tremble experience. I just think it's time to go in another direction. It gives me Ian Thomas type vibes. And I don't want it to be a situation to where we hold on too long and then you kind of miss out on what's next. And I was a big fan of JT coming in. He was one of my favorite prospects, but since his injury, it just seems like he hasn't been able to get back on track. And then with Mitchell Evans, I always thought Mitchell Evans was a guy that it would take a while to for him to take that next step. And so I don't think he's really ready to get thrown into that starting tight end role, like every down tight end role. So that's why I was kind of confused by you think we have these guys in the room, because I completely disagree. But that was one of the things that kind of, I was taken aback by. So feel free to chime in on that, what you guys think.
Go ahead, Alex. You were the man there, man.
Well, I think that that's a very fair and reasonable kind of read on the whole situation, Terrence. Yeah, I will say this is just a funny story. Last year, after the same press conference, we asked Dan a lot about Jalen Walker and a lot of defensive playmakers, whether that be the edge position or the inside linebacker spot. And we talked a lot about Jalen because he was the guy that just seemed to make the most sense right after the Panthers had such an atrocious year on defense. He could help out in the pass rushing sense, but also if the Panthers needed him to, he could move to inside linebacker, kind of like what Frankie Louvu did a couple years prior to him. And then he goes and takes T-Mac, and we're just like, yo, what the heck? How did this happen? This year, after the draft, after the camera was gone, I asked Dan, all right, Dan, so last year we thought that we thought that you were going to take Jalen Walker. Who do you think that we think you're going to take this year? And he was like, oh, y'all think I'm going to take a tight end. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's exactly who we think you're going to have. And he just likes to keep things interesting, like you said, he doesn't want to tip his hand anywhere. It's not to the advantage of the Panthers to give any sort of indication of what they will do day one. It's a little different this year because it's a lot later in the draft by virtue of making the playoffs last year. So a lot more things can happen and they can be more reactive as opposed to having to be so proactive last year. But I'll just tell you this. Dan Morgan wants us to think that, or at least what he's done so far publicly, he wants us to think that the Panthers are going to take wide receiver or a tight end. And he could just change. He could just, things could happen on draft night and everything can change. But He wants us to think that and I think he'd be smart to. If Kenyon Sadiq is there, you got to take him. I'm sorry, he's too much of a game changer, too much of a playmaker. But yeah, and we're gonna talk about Casey Concepcion and some other wide receivers, but like he knows what we're thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just thought that was.
And before you go to, go ahead. I was just gonna say one thing, like, and there's no reason for us like not to trust Dan Morgan in this front office. Like, he drafted the offensive rookie of the year last year. Like, I think that they've been pretty good in the draft over the past couple of years or so. So there's no reason to not really trust them. I just thought that it was interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Only thing I was gonna say was like I've been able to always, and again, I shout out Dan Morgan. I appreciate him even giving me the time that I've had the last 2 years to talk with him out here in Dallas. Alice is not telling the story. He is like surface. He's not going to give you too much. He's going to give you a detailed answer where it's like almost pulling your brain, where you have to be like, what did he just say? Or you try to dissect it. But the one thing I will say, when he said something, he stands on it. And last year he said that they were going to double down on edge. He did it. He has not been direct. He hasn't been that direct this year, but there's a little bit of tea leaves there where it's like he's going to show his hand, but then like Alex said, he always going to have that ace in the hole. Never know what he's really going to do. So for me, this presser was just like, we have to do it, and I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest as much as possible. But it depends on how the board. We really do not know how this board is going to go this upcoming year. And with us being lower than normal, with Dan being the GM, that's what, again, I don't even think he knows what's going to happen in front of him. Because again,
I think that's the biggest thing, though, for sure.
That is the biggest thing. Again, since he's been a GM, we have been top 10 or we've been close to the top. With being in the middle of the pack, close to the back end of it, you don't know. You don't know. And then I don't know who asked the question, Alex. They said, you have a bit board, Dan. How is your board looking now? And I'm actually glad he didn't give that answer, because then that kind of shows his hand that he's giving, hey, we had this amount and now our board is here. So who are they actually looking at? So I definitely like how he answered that one as well.
Yeah, that was Cassidy Hill of Panthers.com. She was like, hey, so you started the process with 600 prospects. How many do you have now? And he's like, I'm not telling you.
All right, man. Now this is a topic, again, this might be the long-winded. We're almost at the draft part, and I know there are a lot of people in the chat are going to be engaged in this one. Whoever wants, Terrence, you haven't went first, so we'll start with you, Terrence, and I'll pull it up first. All right, fifth-year option will be exercised after the draft. How much will we pay Bryce Young? I'm just gonna go quick. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat, and if somebody says something, I'll point it out. We are a monetized platform. I'm not saying you got to do it, but if you guys have something that you want the panel to read, or in this particular topic, everybody has Bryce at the tip of their tongue. I want to say something about this situation. So Terrence, go ahead and start us off with, how do you feel about the fifth-year option and the ballpark, not the amount, but ballpark per year do you think Bryce deserves?
See, my thing is like, I'm not really sure. Like, I'll have to know more when it comes to like numbers wise. So I don't really know what that looks like. But I think that as far as like the Bryce Young situation overall, like, I understand them picking up his fifth-year option, just because I think that he's done enough to where it's like, okay, like, we can win some games with this guy, but I don't think he's done enough to where it's like, we're going to pay this guy top of the line quarterback money that we see the other quarterbacks getting paid. So I think that this is more so of like a prove it year for him. So I think that this is why over the past year or so, they're doing enough to put weapons around him so it can help them kind of be sure about the whole thing when it comes to contract talks. Like, obviously, he led your team to the playoffs, but also he led your team to the playoffs with a losing record. So it's like, at the same time, like, okay, are we able to go all the way with this guy, so to speak? So I don't know. It's a tough situation. I definitely think it's a prove it year for Bryce, but I respect the organization by putting weapons around him for them to be sure when it comes down to what that number looks like, how much we're going to pay this guy, we can be sure that this is our guy.
All right.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'll just go ahead and jump in, Alex, because I don't really have too much on this piece.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would agree with what Terrence said. Honestly, like, I think the amount that Bryce makes is going to be determined by his play this year, which is kind of why I'm like feeling as though it has to be a weapon in round one. I know, Alex, you mentioned the safety. I get that. I see a lot of people that, you know, have differing opinions on that. But like Terrence just mentioned, this front office has done everything that they've needed to make sure that he doesn't have any excuses, for lack of better terms. Like I'm gonna stop just like tiptoeing around so many things and just keep it 100. This front office has done enough, and every single season they've done what has been necessary for Bryce Young to not have excuses. And so at the end of the day, like, we talk about how much he's going to make, whatever the case may be, I think this year is going to be the telltale sign of what they're going to do as it pertains to money. Because right now, I guess you could say that, what would you give him? Like, if you had to sign him, if you had to extend him this year, like it wasn't no 5th year exercise or whatever the case may be, if you had to extend him this year, just based on what he's shown us, I mean, I would be comfortable anywhere between the 32 to 35 range. And unfortunately, that's just not what the quarterback market is right now. Like, it's just not. Like, we're seeing guys like, you know, get 50, 60, 70 million dollars for, you know, a couple of seasons. Like, you look at the contract with Daniel Jones in Indianapolis, like coming off a torn Achilles, like that shit is insane, right? And so, like, when you look at that and you kind of look at the landscape of what the quarterback market is right now, it's difficult, in my opinion, to put a number on that when you're dealing with a guy that has been so up and down, and he's shown flashes of being damn near a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and he's also shown flashes where, you know, he shouldn't even be a backup quarterback in the NFL. So I think that this year is going to tell a lot. The Carolina Panthers are very firm in their belief that they have their number one option in Taylor McMillan, and I think that we can all agree on that. We heard Dave Canales talk about in an presser a couple of months ago that they have their wide receiver 2 and Jalen Coker. And then you go out and you bring in a Mechie and, you know, Jimmy Horn and guys like that, but the top 2 guys, you know, for sure. And I know that the conversation around XL is, you know, just very, very different and very wavering, just differing opinions or whatever the case may be. But Bryce Young doesn't have any excuses, and I think that they're going to continue to build this offense around that to ensure that he doesn't have any excuses. Because this, in my opinion, is the year where they determine, is this a guy that we're willing to give $50 or $60 million? Or is this a guy that we're looking at, you know, potentially pursuing another quarterback in 2028? Because that's a very, very real possibility. You know, with the 5th year, I know the 2027 will be covered, but that's kind of where I believe this front office is kind of thinking. And to be honest, it would be malpractice to not be thinking that way, because again, this is not a guy that has proven himself to be a 50, 60, $70 million a year quarterback. He just simply hasn't. And so as you continue to, you know, better the unit offensively as a whole, I think that we'll be able to see Bryce display who we all think that he can be a little bit more. But until we actually see it, it's hard to put a number on it. Because again, if I were to pay him and I was able to, you know, come up with a contract and he had to be signed this year, I don't believe that his agent would allow him to sign what I offered him personally. I really don't. So that's kind of where I am with it.
Yeah, JJ, I think I agree with both what you and Terrence said when it comes to waiting and seeing. Just some numbers that I looked up right before hopping on. He is going to make $12 million this year in salary. And that's the final year of his rookie contract. And then they're going to exercise his option. He's going to make just about $26 million in 2027, all things equal right now. These next 2 years, that's the most amount of cap space the Panthers are going to have to get him playmakers to supercharge this offense. Like, if Bryce can't prove who he can be in these next 2 years, then yes, he's not worth the investment in 2028. That's just what it is. I thought your number of 32 million to 35 million right now, if you had to, is interesting because, like you said, that's just not the quarterback market right now. I think that if in 2 years Bryce plays up to sort of like his ceiling of like a top 10 to 13 level quarterback as of right now, he will get Brock Purdy money. And Brock Purdy money is 6th highest paid quarterback in the league. Brock Purdy is making $53 million a year right now. And that's only going to go up, like you said, because guess what? Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million a year somehow. Jalen Hurts is making only $51 million a year somehow. So, like, and this number is only going to increase. So, like, if you're a Panthers fan, you have to be comfortable with paying Bryce Young at somewhere in between $55 to $60 million a year, if you want him to continue being on your team. And with a really expensive quarterback, you're gonna not be able to pay other positions as much. Federal McMillan will be having a payday soon after Bryce Young. Other offensive weapons are going to be having paydays due after Bryce Young. So these are all important things to talk about. But I think the Brock Purdy is a decent milestone when we talk about the future of Bryce. Go ahead, JJ. I cut you off.
I have one thing I want to say really quick. I see like Eternal in the comments. Like, I mean, this is not a discussion of whether like he's elite or not. Like, game managing quarterbacks, they win Super Bowls as well. Jalen Hurts, I think that he's a game manager, but Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl. I think that Sam Darnold falls into that game manager conversation, but he won a Super Bowl. So it's like, even though a lot of people wouldn't consider Bryce Young elite, but can he manage the offense that we put around him? And is that good enough to win you games? Is that good enough to get you into the playoffs? If those weapons around him are good enough, is that good enough to win you a Super Bowl? Like, I mean, I don't think that he has to be some kind of elite quarterback to win you the big game, because we've seen other game managing quarterbacks do the same. So I don't think that that's necessarily the topic of the conversation. And if you're trying to figure out, oh, is Bryce elite or not? Okay, he's not elite, then we shouldn't pay him. I think that that's kind of the wrong mindset, because we've seen other quarterbacks be able to get it done and not be elite quarterback, so to speak.
Yeah,
I think I just want to chime in really quick, Alex. I'm sorry, but I can speak from this or to this because like I suffered from this. But I think a lot of Panthers fans like feel as though Bryce has to be Cam Newton, and that's how I kind of approached it, and that's kind of how like I was looking at it the first 2 seasons. But at this point,
of course, it's natural, yeah.
Yeah, you know, at this point for me personally, it's just like, bro, like, can the guy play quarterback at a high enough level for us to win football games? Everybody is not Cam Newton, and they're just simply not going to be. Everybody is not Josh Allen, not Lamar Jackson. Like, these are rare breed of guys, right? Like we just talked about, Daniel Jones just got $60 million for a season coming off a torn Achilles, and I would definitely put Daniel Jones under that umbrella of being a game manager. So it's not necessarily all about like if they can make game-changing plays or, you know, if they can throw for 4,500 yards or whatever the case may be. The simple fact of the matter is, can this guy win us football games? And I think that Bryce Young at times has shown that. And I think that at times he's shown to be a liability, which is something that we've been extremely vocal about on FPFO. And that's where you kind of have to find that middle ground, so to speak, of consistency to kind of know exactly what you're going to get and what you have going into the future. But the more weapons that they put around him, he's shown that he's going to be, you know, he's going to be a guy that can win you football games. Because look at how different the offense looked from when Jalen Coker was off the field and then when he came back and he was on the field. And that's just Jalen Coker, right? And I say that with all due respect, but Jalen Coker is not a top 20, 25 wide receiver in the NFL. He just simply isn't. Nice. But he's a weapon. He's a weapon, which is why I feel so adamant about bringing in another weapon in the draft, specifically in round 1. But Alex, I know you were going to say something, so I apologize for cutting you off. But I just wanted to throw that out there. No,
you're so good. Also, be careful with what you say about Jalen Coker, because Jalen Coker fans are very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I know. It wouldn't be, unfortunately, it wouldn't be the first time that a fan base of a specific player came after us.
Yeah. So, but I completely agree with you. But it just is harder to become a game manager as a quarterback when you get paid your second contract money, because second contract money is so expensive at that position. That's what I'm saying. And when I say Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million average per year, he like, yeah, he's coming off a torn ACL. I don't exactly know where he's at with his contract extension, negotiation, whatever. He will probably make more APY soon. He's probably going to make more. Jalen Hurts, he's probably going to, like, this is just a rising tide. Like, this quarterback market is due to be really, really expensive soon. And so, like, if you're going to assume that Bryce gets the, like, sixth highest paid quarterback spot when he does sign his contract, it's just going to be really expensive. So if that's how much you want to pay for a quarterback who can manage games, win games at his current salary right now, that's great. But it's just really hard. Now, as the Panthers know, it's hard to just find a competent quarterback as well.
Right. That's my big
so
thing,
hard.
Alex.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because, like, me personally, I just don't know if mentally I have what it takes to go through another, like, quarterback rebuild and trying to bring in pieces that fit and do this. Like, I just can't take it. So it's almost like, for me personally, like, it has to work. So that's why I'm just kind of saying, like, I don't know necessarily if you're going to be in a position to even obtain somebody that's better, right? Because I don't think that the Carolina Panthers win less than 6 or 7 games this year. And I think that the bottom teams in the NFL, if that happens, we have to have a real conversation. 1,000%. And we'll probably retire the Reaper tees and all of that. And I will say we've been, 1,000%. But, there's additional things that go into it, like y'all all know. But yeah, I just don't know if you're going to be in a position to get another quarterback that's better than him, even if we're talking draft, unless you, like, do something crazy like you did to trade up to go get Bryce Young. And we see that, it worked or it didn't, just based on where you are in the fan base, right? But that's a hefty amount to go pay for a guy that you don't know what they're going to be in the NFL, which is what we've seen play out with Bryce Young up to this point.
That's a fact, man. And so that can lead to the segue, like I said, into us talking about what pick will you be choosing at 19. There's just a couple of, like I said, I just looked at a couple of tidbits on my side, top 30 visits, also having coaches at certain players' pro days, but this is not everybody. I know the safety out of Oregon's not up here. Cooper's not up here. It's a lot of names I did not put up here just for this graph. It does not mean that if the pick was there at 19, but just say if you are Dan Morgan and the board does not really do any surprises for you. Obviously, I did it for a reason. I did a tight end, a wide receiver, tackle, or interior D lineman. The way that I will ask this question, no particular player until we do the mock. If you are the GM, what would you choose between a tight end, wide receiver, offensive tackle, and interior D lineman? And then, like I said, I mean, if you just throw an answer, you don't got to go long with it, but, whatever.
I would go tight end if it's Kenyon Sadiq, and wide receiver if it's not. The wide receiver is a bit of a deeper position in this draft. We can throw out names all we want, but that's the order I would go. I would go tight end if it's Sadiq, and then because I do think the Panthers. Now I'm going long, but I do think the Panthers do have a shot at getting tight end and a really good tight end in Eli Stowers in the second round. So,
can I interject really quick?
Yeah, go.
Do you just because I want to get your opinion? You like him more than you like Delp?
Yes.
I mean, Delp is a crush of a lot of the fan base right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you talking about Eli Stowers versus Delp?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like Stowers was going pound for pound when it came to the combine, and with Sadiq specifically. I mean, Stowers, what was it? He had the highest all-time vertical jump in all of among tight ends in all of combine history. I think it was second all-time among all players. 45.5 vertical jump. He's from Vanderbilt. He'll have Jordan Matthews as a mentor, so he'll be familiar with Carolina. he's a former quarterback, so he knows the offense. He knows how certain things work. The only thing that I'd be worried about with him is his blocking ability, because teams are looking at him as a wide receiver as well as a tight end. But I don't think you can go wrong with Dallas.
Well, I was about to say, and that's what you have. That's what you have Tommy Tremble for.
Yeah. All right, real quick. Hey, we got our first super chat of the night, fellas. So I think it's a good segue when we're talking about it. Appreciate Mr. Honky Dory showing up. He said, just got home from work. Do you think a trade will happen for more draft capital or just to fall in the right range for players you want in draft capital?
Yes.
And again,
I think that. Sorry, JJ. Sorry, Doug. I was just going to say that I definitely think that anytime Dan Morgan and co are at the head of a draft, I think that there's always a possibility for movement because they've shown us nothing less over the past couple of years, right? And I think that trading back is a real possibility, and transparently, I think that there could potentially be a significant amount of value in that, especially if you can obtain another day 2 pick, right? Because we talked about how deep the wide receiver class is. I know people feel a way about the edge class as well. I don't know if I necessarily feel the same way in that regard, but I think that there's extreme value in the day 2 picks this year. And I think that it hasn't necessarily been like that for quite some time, but round 2 and round 3 with some of the guys that will be available to us and just available that day, I think that there's significant value in potentially looking at trading back for sure. Trading up, I would not trade up. I will say that. I wouldn't trade up, but trading back, I could see that being a possibility for sure.
Yeah. Hold on real quick, Terrence. If it's any Panther content creators that's in the chat, I love shouting them out. Shout out Twan, Don versus everyone over there at the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. Definitely appreciate you pulling up, Twan, man. Again, if there's any content creators, definitely just say what's up. We definitely love to shout you guys out over here at What's Up, Doug, man. Go ahead, Terrence.
Yeah, to answer both questions, I agree with Alex. I think that if King and Sadiq is there, that's who I will go at 19. But I also think that to answer Mr. Hunky Dory's question, I do think that if King and Sadiq is not there at 19, I can also see them trading back because I feel like the wide receiver class, the wide receivers are deep in this class. So I can see them trading back to get more day 2 picks and still being able to get a really good wide receiver day 2. And then also address some of those other needs as well in the 2nd and 3rd round. So, but yeah, to answer that question, I would take King and Sadiq with that 19th pick probably.
Got you. I think everybody got their answer. So,
what would you do? What would you do?
I mean, you already saw my mock. I already kind of showed my hand with, again, shout out FPFO for the mock draft. The way the board fell, why not take King and Sadiq, just the way the board fell. But I will say this, if the safety from Oregon falls, I will go either one. I just know one of those Oregon players will be in that process blue at 19. But right now, I will lean to King and Sadiq because Alex brought it up when we were talking about the tight end room, about the pressure. When you have a freak like that, we don't have that. And again, you don't know how JT Sanders is going to bounce back. I'm with Terrence when he said about the whole thing about Tommy Tremble. It's nothing against the player, but what have you done since you came out of Notre Dame into the league for us? You've had injury-plagued seasons, which is not on you, but your best availability is your availability. I can't even say that.
You got it. Take your time. You got it. You had it.
You say it.
Your best availability is your availability. I hate saying that because I be getting tongue twisted with it, but that's what
you
Tommy
almost got it.
Yeah. Tommy Tremble can't do that, man. And
can I just take the forefront? And if Alex needs to go down, then he can go down just for a split second, and then he can come right back up. Unfortunately, Tommy Tremble just got it. He don't got it, and that's okay, bro.
Yeah.
But this
JJ, what happened? JJ, what happened to the deep breath? What happened to the peace? What happened to the civility?
No, bro, because I'm gonna tell you why, Alex. I just get so tired of us as a fan base when we haven't seen anything different. We haven't seen consistent production. We like to hold on to this idea of what a player can be, right? And so, like, at some point or another, when do you draw the line in the sand and say, what have you shown me? Like Doug just said, what have you shown me? Tommy Tremble, unfortunately, hasn't shown that he can be a productive weapon within his offense consistently. He just simply hasn't shown it. And so, at what point, like, this is what, year like 5 or 6? We're talking about a guy that's like year 5 or 6, right? And we just brought him back on what, a 1 or 2 year deal, but
just
like, he hasn't shown anything. Yeah, like, so it's just like, you know,
JJ, you have that same kind of tone with Xavier Leggett. That's all.
Oh no, Terrence, you about to get put down, brother.
All right, my fault.
Shout out XL. Shout out XL, man. But nah, hey, I want to specify, because I saw somebody say something about JJ and XL in the chat. Don't worry, time is ticking on him too. Time is ticking on XL too, for sure. Because we talked about that 2 weeks ago, and we said that if they bring in a wide receiver 3 that fits a little bit better, like a Concepcion that can return punch and do this and that, and you look at kind of how that room is constructed right now, XL might be chopped this year. But I guess I should just go slow. I guess I should just go slow.
Real quick, we got Alex to get out of here. I want him to talk this last topic because this is a topic of discussion. Also, I'll have Alex give us his outro, because I don't know if him and Mike are going to do a final mock draft, so we won't have him for the mock draft, but we will have Terrence and JJ here for the mock draft. But this is the last topic that goes into the draft. Let's go ahead and pull it up. That is, let me take this comment down. Which dog are you taking in the linebacker options? And that is CJ Allen, Anthony Hill Jr., and Jacob Rodriguez. I know what the fan base wants to do, and I'm in agreement with some of it, but if you had a choice out of these 3, and again, Alex, like I said, I'm going to start you since you got to get out of here. Which one are you taking out of these 3?
I don't know what the fan base wants, actually. I'm getting a little stuck.
They want Jacob. Come on. You already know who they want.
Okay, good. Because that's who I would take. I would take Jacob Rodriguez. I know that Luke Kuechly loves him, so maybe that's why. Okay, all right. The thing that, he is a really good coverage linebacker, as your nice graphic says. He's athletic. He could, and most importantly, he could be an option at 51. CJ Allen, he's going in the first round. Anthony Hill is also a day 2 sort of guy, but if I had to choose, I would take Jacob Rodriguez. And look, the Panthers, like, when they draft an inside linebacker early, they tend not to miss. When they draft in the first round, they don't miss at all. You got Shaq Thompson in 2015, Luke Kuechly in 2012, John Beeston in 2007, Thomas Davis in 2005, and Dan Morgan in 2000. Before they got Devin Lloyd, I was of the opinion, hey, Dan, go trade up and get Sonny Styles, because that's how good he could be, and that's how good I think he could be in this defense. But Jacob Rodriguez at 51 would be a steal, I think. So that's my answer.
All right. So, Alex, I'm going to give you time. Go ahead and tell the people where to find you at, because I know I'm going to give you enough time to set up what you got to do. Let them know about the Charlotte Observer. I know Mike K does it with the mock drafts. Just tell them what you got for next Thursday for the fan base and where they can find you at again, man.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I really appreciate being on the pod. This was really fun, and it was good to reconnect with everybody. Alex Zitlow, that's Alex Zitlow 05 on Twitter. I write about the Panthers nonstop on charlotteobserver.com. I will be in the building for the NFL draft, and we'll be able to give you instant analysis, but also instant commentary from Dan Morgan and Dave Canales as the picks come in. And yeah, check us out on our podcast, Processing Blue, with me and Mike K.
Yes.
I saw one. I tried not to look at the comments during the thing, because one of the first comments I saw was that I have a big chin and that I look like Woody Harrelson. So I tried to stay off the comments for this whole thing. But one comment said that I was the optimist to Mike K's more cynic sort of perspective on the Panthers, and I take a lot of pride in that. So
yes,
visit us at Processing Blue. You can get that wherever you get your podcasts. And again, guys, appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Alex.
It's going to be a crazy week next week, and it's always fun. it's always fun. So
yes, sir, man. Like I said, I'll be hitting you up. I definitely appreciate you pulling up on us, man.
yeah, thank you.
Keep up the great work, bro.
Appreciate
For sure.
you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Always good chatting with you.
And I'm gonna get a shirt too.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That sounds
okay.
good.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, fellas. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back up so you guys can see the graphic. If there is another linebacker that you guys want to add to it, we'll go ahead and pull them in. But it's C.J. Allen, Anthony Hill Jr., and Jacob Rodriguez. Who you got?
I'm going Jacob. I mean, the fact Luke Kuechly stamped him, to me, best linebacker of all time. But, some people might have other things to say. But, yeah, I'm going Jacob Rodriguez. I think that what we lack as far as, coverage linebacker, he can do that. He has the ability to make tackles. He's just always in the right place at the right time. I think if you compare that with Devin Lloyd, because honestly, I think Trevin Wallace is like JJ said, he doesn't have the ability to stay healthy as it is. And there's also some things that schematically, he's not always where you need him to be. So I think that if you bring in a guy like Jacob Rodriguez, and like Dave Canales and Dan Morgan always says, we're bringing in guys to challenge the room. We want to bring in guys that are competing with the starters. This is not just, you come in here and, eventually you will be able to play. But no, we're going to challenge the guys in the room. So I think that Jacob Rodriguez will be that perfect person to do that. And I think that later in the year, you can even look at him taking Trevin Wallace's spot. And to get him beside Devin Lloyd, if he's what he is in college and the NFL, then that's a very scary linebacker duo. So.
Yes, sir. Real quick before JJ goes, shout out to my co-host, man. My brother, like I said, I'm gonna call him a co-host. We literally say fam and brother, man. Uncle Quan with the $10 super chat. Make sure y'all slap that like button while y'all here. Appreciate y'all for pulling up as always, man. Definitely appreciate you, fam. Definitely appreciate you, man. JJ, did you go?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
Cool. I would agree with what Terrence and Alex said. My biggest thing is I would probably, because we spoke about this on FPFO a couple of weeks ago too, I like a bigger, faster, stronger linebacker that is going to come down and punch you in the mouth. And I think Hill fits that type a little bit better than the other two guys, transparently. And so unfortunately, I won't even say unfortunately. I'm going to say if Trevin Wallace wasn't your linebacker beside Devin Lloyd as a starter, I think that I would lean more towards Hill, especially if he's going to be a day 2 pick, which I think he is. But because Trevin Wallace is your starter beside Devin Lloyd, I think that it would behoove you to go get Jacob Rodriguez, because I think he's a more complete linebacker, if that makes sense. I think that he covers better. I think that he is better in run support. Now, he doesn't hit harder. He's not one of those guys that's going to get in your face and do this and that. But I think if we're talking about a player overall, I think that Jacob Rodriguez is the most complete. And I think, again, with Trevin Wallace being beside Devin Lloyd and him being your starting linebacker at this very point in time, it kind of ties your hands to a guy like a Jacob Rodriguez. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it kind of ties your hands to not be as experimental in that department, because unfortunately, like I said, Trevin Wallace hasn't been able to finish the past 2 seasons, and when he has played, there's been a lot left to be desired. And so with all of those things, I'd say Jacob Rodriguez, but don't sleep on Hill either, because like I said, I really, really like his play style. He reminds me a lot of a Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson, honestly.
I will say this, and shout out to Zach with his comment. A linebacker that's really been getting a lot of traction over the last 2 weeks is the linebacker out of TCU. I would say this depend on, again, like I said, how that board goes. I think they said out of 5 teams, the Panthers are one of the 5 teams that are very high on him. So you got to know, kind of sort of do your homework. You can't make calls, but we just seen what Atlanta did last year. Atlanta took a couple of the safeties that a lot of us fans thought were going to be in that blue and black, and they doubled down on 2 of them. And then really they got a third one who I was high on was Kobe Bryant, but they got him undrafted. But like I said, if you want to play, you got to go get him, because again, we see what our divisional foe did. It took 2 Bowman and Watts last year. So For me, I did in my mock draft, I did Jacob Rodriguez as well. I would say my second choice will be Hill out of Texas, but either one of those two, I'll definitely be happy with and be glad to have them be added to that room on my part. So,
yeah.
All right,
Hill is I'm gonna add this last piece, Doug, before we move on. Hill is one of those guys to me that like has the ability to change your defense in the regard of like just somebody that you can feed off of. That if my brother is sliding, I'm sliding behind him. Like that's why I say I find value in Hill, and that's why I like those type of linebackers, because I feel like that's where you get that piece from linebackers and safeties, right? Like the Legion of Boom assumed the personality of Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas on that back line, like 1,000%. And I think that Hill has the ability to be that in that room, which is why I really, really like him. But again, you can't experiment as much. Like when you go linebacker, you have to make sure that you get a guy like Terrence mentioned earlier that come week 6, week 7, week 8, he has the ability to start and be the guy for the foreseeable future. And so that's why I settled on J-Rod, or not necessarily settled again with a negative connotation, but that's why I picked J-Rod. But again, I think Hill has the ability to transcend the defense and give it a whole different personality, more or less.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all got anything else while I set up our mock draft simulator?
I mean, I'll plug something real quick if you're gonna set it up. I'll plug.
Go ahead.
If y'all haven't already, tap in with For Panthers Fans Only on all social media platforms, at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram and TikTok, at FPFO_podcast. Shout out to our content manager that put our mock draft tournament together. If you guys came in late, we do have the mock draft tournament going on right now. Doing it for charity this year. We're at about $1,200 raised. The winner of that mock draft, content creators have already selected their charities. So the winner of that will receive that donation to the charity of their choice. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to C. Dougie. Shout out to Alex Zitlow. Shout out to my co-host, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the FPFO team, man. Shout out Uncle Quan too.
Yes, Pops. Sir. Yes, sir, man. All right, so shout out to Dylan. Dylan sent me let me see what it's called. The stick to the model. That's what I've been using. I didn't use FPFO. I didn't use PFF this year, and I actually like how realistic it was with this simulator. So let me go ahead and pull it up.
We go if Casey is available. Matter of fact, let me not get too far ahead of myself. No.
And we're gonna talk about it too. We're gonna talk about it, man.
Calm down, bro. Calm down.
Let's see. Trying to make sure my screen is
you be drinking? You be drinking on your show?
I took some shots yesterday. I got to get ready, man. This wedding coming, but trust me, I took them 2 Patron shots. I was like, hey, man, I ain't drunk in a minute, man. I just got this bottle of them. I got this bottle of Widow Jane just staring at me. Man, you can pour it up, man. Like I said, y'all.
Bet. Give me a second. I gotta go.
Look, y'all can have that, man. I can't do it back-to-back days, and I'm trying to lose this 25, and I'm doing good. That was my first.
You gotta get in that tux. You gotta make sure you fitting in that tux the right way, bro.
Hold on, look. I'm gonna show you this. You be like, damn, Doug, like, bro. When I say I've been getting it, like, the only reason I didn't go today was because obviously we had the pod. But see, look, JD, look at your phone right there. You be like, yeah, I just sent it to you.
Bet.
I said, I've been getting it. Huh?
I said, you been in the lab?
Yeah, you'll see it. Watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, for sure. My boy said, yeah, he got to get in that tux. He got to get in that tux, you know.
But you got to remember, I'm in the military too, so I already know what to do. So
I was about to say, you already know though. You already got that training.
Yeah.
I be trying to get JJ to come to my workout class, but he don't want to listen, bro. He's scared.
He expects me to drive 90 miles multiple times a week.
Y'all better say have a workout plan, and then JJ let you know when he's done.
Well, nah, he know better than to do something like that. I'll be lying with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, he ain't gonna be truthful with that.
Look, JJ gonna throw some water on him, but he be like, "Man, I sweat it all out."
Yeah.
All right, man, let's get into it, fellas. I'm about to hit that start button. So it's gonna go fast.
Let's see what we got.
You guys, I'm gonna recap a player that we think should be there, and I'll let you guys know where where they landed at. So let's go ahead. All right, start. All righty. So, and I knew it. I knew Dylan would go to the Vikings if we did not trade up. Peter Woods went to the Jets. Sadiq went to Tampa Bay. Jordan Tyson went to Buffalo. Lemon went to the Dolphins. That's really it. Names that I know people want us to land. So,
they got a couple of our pieces that been tied to us, didn't they?
I'm telling you, I love this because it's very realistic. It can actually happen. So, Proctor is one. Folk has been attached to us. He just took a top 30 visit. KC's there. Coop is there. And Lomo is there as well. So right now, would you guys take somebody, or you guys would trade back based off of the board?
Go ahead.
Like my overall thought is to go get KC right here because that's what I've done in my mock drafts. Mm-hmm. But also I haven't simulated one where we traded back, so I wouldn't also hate that either because I think that's a real possibility within the front office. But
what you got, JJ?
Yeah, I would almost second that. I don't necessarily like Folk. I did a breakdown.
I don't either. He's very raw. He's very raw.
Yes.
But he has the measurements. He has the measurements that you like, but you don't go with a raw player in the type of window that we're in right now. You need a player that's going to produce. Just like Dave Dallas said, you need somebody that's going to come in and produce right away.
Yeah, for sure. I don't necessarily know if I love Proctor either. I think that his hips are very, very stiff, bro. And I know that a lot of people like in the fan base have said that, oh, he can be a guy, he can be this and that. But I like Lomu better than him, transparently. And I think that we could potentially get Lomu in the second. So I'm out on Proctor, out on Folk. KC would be probably KC or Cooper. I think that we have to go weapon here. So I'll let you make
the trade. You want to go weapon?
I'll let you make the final call. We either go.
Y'all might guess. I guess I'm just.
This is the thing. Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm hesitant, like not necessarily hesitant, but why I'm putting the ball back in your court is because we're gonna be doing the mock draft tomorrow live as well.
You did say
like, if we want to experiment a little bit, then you know what I'm saying. So I want it to be like a group thing. I don't hate trading back at all in this position.
Terrence made a trade back. I didn't do a trade back in y'all's mock draft, and I saw a couple people did a trade, so I will use a trade.
I haven't done a trade back. Yeah, let's use a trade. I would like to see that.
All right, so
let's see if we can get a date. Let's see if we can get a day 2.
All right, so who you want to trade with? Behind us, we got the Cowboys, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Eagles, Cleveland, Chicago, Baltimore, San Fran.
Is that in order?
Yeah, this is in order.
That's in order.
Yep.
Let's see what Philly is talking about.
So Philly has the 23rd, 54th, 68, 98, and 114. God dog, and 137 in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get that 24 and that 54 off of them. And then I guess you will have to make the compensation like
correct.
We'll probably have to give them a third or something like that.
Give them the 83 or give them the 119.
Try the 119.
I was about to say, see if they
see what they do
with the 119.
So you already see what it says. It says poor value, likely to get rejected.
Okay. So let's try the 83rd then. Let's see if we can. It's yellow. There we go. We're making progress. Let's try that. Let's see. I don't know if they'll go for it.
No, because this board does the points. So, shoot, I forgot that you got to start back over. So I'll do this. You said Philly. Let's go this. 24. This. this, and let's give them a future 6. Because we got 3 next year.
Yeah, there we go. And if they need more, they can get 2 of them.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's get money, gentlemen. All right, who came off?
So they went and got the tackle out of
we good money.
Georgia. Then Folk went to the Cowboys. KC went to Pittsburgh. Proctor went to Chargers. So now, do you go Coop?
I say we go Omar Cooper.
Yeah, I think we go Coop. I think we go Coop here.
All right, I'm in agreement.
Great value. I think we got some great value for that.
All right, so let's go ahead and sign Coop.
And then go straight to that linebacker. Go straight to that linebacker and see what we got.
Here go one right here.
Jacob Gone. I was about to say Jacob
Gone. He literally went 3 picks before us.
See?
Damn.
Anthony Hill gone.
Yep, Anthony Hill's gone. Malachi Lawrence is gone.
Oh my God.
CJ Allen went.
See, that trade back.
But we good though. We got.
Other thing I should have did was I should have paused it, and I didn't know if y'all wanted to trade up. But Joseph Trotter is not bad. I know a lot of people, some fans like him. But here's a linebacker too. Like I said, a linebacker at TCU that we brought on a visit too. So you really can't be mad at it if we're trying to be realistic and align it with it.
But he that far down. I think that we can wait on him.
Yeah. So here's a safety. What about AJ?
Let me see. He did just yesterday too, didn't he?
Yeah, he was just in the building. What you said, or who you got, Terrence?
Could you go Eli here, or that's too much? That's too much offensive.
To me, that's too much because Depth, or however you say his name, he's still there as well too.
He'll be available on the back end.
So why don't we go look at O-line?
Okay. You want tackle or you want interior?
Tackle.
Got you.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm not familiar with a lot of them.
Let me see if they got them here. So
Sam
Hodge is still there. Okay, there's my other boy. He played tackle. Brian Parker, he's still there.
So we can get. So you think that we can get?
Yeah,
I think we can get Brian Parker on the back end a little closer to the back end. We can get a little bit more value here, in my opinion.
I'll go AJ. That's your starting safety right there.
Yeah, I was about to say I wouldn't be mad at AJ because, like, for the reason that you said, like Eli, Alex made a great point for him earlier with me personally. But I think that if we can get Delp in the third or something like that, I think that we'll be okay. So let's try AJ right here. Let's just see what's gonna happen. What is it, Terrence?
I'm just looking at
and then like I said, because you actually know we went 51 and then you got 54. Let me show y'all this pick.
We got 50. I was about to say we got 54 too, so we can't. You know what I'm saying?
So the next pick we don't pick till 119 though.
So we got to make this shit here count. Oh
yeah.
Oh my God, we got to make sure that we got to do something special here, gentlemen.
Because either what you do is I can go ahead and propose a trade probably later now, but again, there based off of this, it said we still need edge. I think it's edge, running back, O-line.
Well, if Jonathan Brooks is who they say that he gonna be, then we don't need another damn running back, do we, Joe?
JJ.
I'm just saying.
JJ.
Bro, I'm just.
See, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying that shit. There shouldn't be a need. There shouldn't be a need. Y'all right.
Hey, there you go.
We can't help it, man. All right, so what y'all want to do? Y'all want to? Do you want Stowers there? Because again, if that's the case, at 119 we have to get offensive line. I do see QJ Smith. I'm on my TV. He's saying trade back again, fellas.
That's what I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Okay,
because
so
we can't like that's a lot of that's like what almost 40 something, 50 something picks before we pick again. That's a lot. And I think a guy like Delp will be there. I think that like if we move back, I think Delp will still be there. I think there are a couple of guys that we could still go.
So Houston has 59, 69, 106. They wanted a trade offer with us.
What did they offer?
They were offering, we get their 59 in a future.
Well, what's the future?
Future fourth round pick. Yeah, next year.
And they take what? 50? They take.
They just get 54.
Yeah. See, we got to counter that. They got to give us another. They got to give us like. You said they have 69.
They got 59. So that we go back five spots. Say that again, JJ.
I said they have 69 as well.
59.
No. I know, but they have 59. And what's the other one? They have.
Let me go to their actual. So they got 59, 69, 106, 141.
They can take that fourth for next year. They can take that back and give us 59 and 69. They ain't gonna do that though.
But
I'll be trying to get off on teams like I'm playing Madden on rookie mode.
But it's not that far off.
Ain't gonna happen.
Then give them what? 158.
158.
158. Okay, 158 and give them future what? Third or fourth?
Fourth.
They still ain't gonna take that.
Yeah,
Third. Only reason I said he wanted to give a third because if this defense, but listen, if this defense is supposed to what it's supposed to be, you're gonna get that third back with Evero getting a head coaching job.
That's true. They swore he was supposed to go to Vegas this year too, huh?
Yeah, he was close.
Let's try it. Let's just see if they'll take it first.
Nope. They
said,
here, let me see.
So they're not even talking real.
Yeah,
they're not. All right, let me see. You got Jacksonville at 54.
So they want to move up one spot.
Yep. And then they got 50. They got 56, 81, 88, 100. 124, 164. I'm not mad with that, but they ain't gonna really.
Can we get 50, 56 and 81?
They ain't gonna give us that.
Dang, that's too much, bro.
They not trying to because none of these teams trying to do
no, bro.
Business,
You can't. What would you trying to do to them?
So what about this, JJ? What about this? We give them 54 and 119. They give us 56 and 100. That's still too far out?
I mean, it's better than where we at right now.
Or do you want to do...
Or we can stay. I mean, we can always stay.
Hold on. 88, and let me give them that third next year. It passes. So let me try the fourth. It passes.
And that's
so for 56 and 88, and then you give them 54, 119, and a fourth next year.
Yeah, let's do that.
They say we in the war. They say we in the war room. We clipped by now.
Oh,
no, we're not clipped.
So let me do it again. Do you want to give them the third for next year then? Or now you trying to keep that third?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that third. That's a lot of value. Third is a lot of value. That's a day two.
So then the other option you got is Miami. Miami was going to give us 74 and 87. And then they'll get 50. They'll get 54. And then
I say that we just stay at this point.
Okay. So who we gonna take, man?
Got to be between Stowers and let me see, where are the linebackers?
Well, the other linebacker that he said he kind of all the way down there. So I feel like he'll still be on the board, right?
Yeah, he should be. Yeah.
Okay.
So I say you either go tight end here or you either go O-line. You either take Stowers or you take an offensive line or offensive tackle.
What you thinking, dog?
Because depth is not going to be there at 119.
Nah, he won't be.
I haven't drafted Stowers, so I'll take Stowers and see what happens. Okay. And then we go with the TCU linebacker afterwards.
Okay, bet. Perfect. I like that. Then we gotta go, damn it, O-line. We might gotta go O-line back to back, maybe even triple up.
God, Nope.
They got him.
Nope, no, they didn't. He's right here.
Oh.
But this is at 119. But let me go bit board. Here's Kilgore.
I like Kilgore a lot. But maybe not necessarily with the way we built our board so far.
Didn't y'all already get a?
We got a safety. We
got
one. Yeah, we got one. Y'all hear my dog tweaking out, or I'm good?
No, we don't hear no more.
Okay, perfect.
Then you know what? I don't like this similarity because the Bucks have gotten every player I wanted right now. So
I mean, shit, that would just be right on brand for them. They done took Ashawn and Christian Roseboom too.
Bro, I would be mad, bro. And Caleb Proctor went to the Bengals. Depp went to the Broncos, which would be a good pickup. That'd be a good pickup. Sam Hodge, which is a definite sleeper, went to Dallas. That was another one of mine. Would have been nice.
Well, they draft well anyway.
Yeah, they do.
All right, so
we either got to go your boy from TCU, the linebacker.
But you can wait for him, though.
You think so?
I mean, based off of their rankings, he is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's the 5th best linebacker. We're at pick 119, and then we have back-to-back picks at 158 and 159.
Yeah, he'll be there for sure.
So you think that then we got to go tackle here then? I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to y'all what tackle because
shit.
Because I don't know these. I don't know.
I was about to say, my eval don't make it this far when it comes to offensive linemen. I ain't heard a lot of nobody.
Pounds and Burks out of Memphis is not bad. Those two are not bad. But I
need somebody from them schools out west.
What about interior?
I mean, we can.
We need a backup center.
We do. But do we take a backup center here?
No, I think you go offensive tackle here.
I think you gotta go tackle. Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm so pressed about a tackle, dog, is because I think that you need a backup tackle more than you need a backup center. Because unfortunately, if they roll out Stone, that's his name. What's his name?
It's over.
Yeah.
With all that Bryce Young talk that we were doing earlier, his career might not even make it that damn long. So yeah, let's. I think we need a backup tackle here, and Timo is on his way out.
So what we're gonna do? We're just gonna take the highest, greatest one, which is the one out of Texas A&M.
Yeah, unless the chat says something different.
Yeah, the what they saying? QJ saying the dude out of Texas A&M.
Okay, with that nice.
Let's do that. Yeah, that works. Sometimes.
Hey, I see what you're saying, Nakari, bro. Don't worry about my pronunciation. Hey, I'm gonna say this though.
Be on your body like that. That's Excel family.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, real quick. Let me say this. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Them jerseys is fire that they just.
I ain't even seen them,
bruh.
Everybody else jersey been looking the same. But I seen them right.
Hold on. Let me see. Can y'all see this?
You gotta focus it a little. Is that on their Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, when I say it's
I'm not looking with the
that
eyes.
black one's gonna be a mean one.
Well, let them roll up and be away with that all black.
They can't. You already know that. That's our color, man. We're gonna rock that.
I was about to say we going with that.
No, theirs is tough.
White and silver.
It's tough. That all black stuff. Hey, they probably gonna roll out that white and purple when they come to the bank.
I like seeing what we done did to them. I like it.
I'm gonna try my hardest to be at that game because when I met you in the concourse, boy, I was like, I know that who I think it is. JJ was still on me. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, QJ Smith. I'm looking at my TV. Harold Perkins Jr. is not what you think he is. He's undersized. I've seen him in person. He's not as big as what you think he is. I will take the TCU.
Who was he talking about? I'm sorry.
He was saying take Harold Perkins Jr. with his pick, but the TCU linebacker is here, so that's what I'm gonna go with because this is more realistic because we brought him in for a top 30 visit.
Yeah, let's go with that. Especially like you have strong conviction on this guy, so let's go with him. And then we got back to backs right here, right?
Yeah, back to backs. And then here's your backup center if you wanted to take him. Burton, I drafted him in my draft.
Is he good? I don't know nothing about.
Can we look at quarterbacks real quick?
Military.
Yes, Lord. That's
what y'all say, man.
I say, can we look at quarterbacks real quick?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's what I need to see. If Taylor Green up there, yes, Lord.
Who'd you say? Terrence.
Taylor Green.
Oh, out of Arkansas, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's it right there. That's it.
You want?
That's the one, bro.
Yeah, he the one for sure.
You want him? What about this corner? I forgot about this corner out of. This is your nickel right here. Masses.
Hezekiah.
Is he gonna be? Is he gonna be better than Shaw Smith?
Yes, but the other thing I would tell you this: don't forget about Corey Thornton.
Yeah, I'll be trying to tell Jay. I'll be telling them they be forgetting about Corey. He was sliding before he got injured.
I don't be forgetting about him. I know what the plan is for him. He's going outside once Mike starts asking for $15 million a year. So I already know what time it is.
Yeah.
What
y'all
think? So what position do we think we need to go?
I say you.
Well, no, actually, no, we don't, because we brought in Kenny Pickett. I think we should be good on quarterback. But I know you like Green, Terrence.
Well, no, I say we go.
Green might be there at 190 if we go.
I say we go corner here, and then we can get Green at our next pick.
All right, let's see. I got it up there. Unless he don't go. He gone.
Pick 4?
Yeah, he just went to. It was literally right before we picked.
I was about to say, I think he went literally to pick before, bro.
He went to Tampa Bay 4 picks right before we picked.
Lord have mercy.
I'll say the one that's not bad is that Baylor quarterback. I actually know we've been talking to him, and Texas Tech quarterback. Or do y'all want to do Hayes King since we're trying to be realistic?
I like him.
You like who?
Hayes King.
Yeah.
I despise Diego Pavia. Despise him.
Oh yeah, no, he can't. No.
Despise him.
No. He gonna be so much last college football season. I damn near want. Matter of fact, now mind.
All right, so who we going with? Y'all gonna go? We're gonna go with Robertson, Morton, or we're gonna go Hayes King?
If that's the options you giving me, I would go with Hayes King. But
the only reason I'm saying that, Terrence, because Dave actually had contact with them. I ain't gonna just go left field. Yes, Hayes King had a top 30.
So what positions have we addressed so far? Because this is our last pick.
Everything.
Yeah, so we got wide receiver, safety, tight end, offensive tackle, linebacker, and corner.
That's not bad there.
Yeah, let me see what them running backs looking like real quick.
Let's go see the running backs real quick. Because
I like bro from South Carolina. I also like Jam Miller too.
You talking about from Alabama?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the higher ranking one, so hey. JJ, you got any
I got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing. This one is on y'all.
All right, let's see. It should be a solid. It should be definitely a B or higher.
They telling me that I got to rely on AJ Dillon and Trevor Etienne.
And like I said, it was a B. It was a B draft. I'll definitely take that.
And bro,
darn, that's the only thing I hate though.
Oh, we got a B. That's good money. That ain't halfway bad there.
Yeah, you got a B. So I know we got Coop first round. Second round, we got AJ and Stowers. Third round, I don't think we drafted anybody in the third. Fourth,
because we had that long pause.
Yeah, break. Yeah. And then in the fourth, we got Crownover, the tackle out of Texas A&M. Fifth round, we got back-to-back picks. You got the linebacker out of TCU, and you got Masses out of California. Then round 6, we got the running back Miller out of Alabama. and then that's it.
We don't have a round 7.
Nope, we didn't have a 7th-round pick.
Ooh.
So
I'm not mad at that. I'll be telling them roll that ball out. The weather is getting a lot hotter in North Carolina right now too. I'll be ready for July. Let's go to work, gentlemen. I'm not mad at it. How you feel about it, Doug?
Hey, like I said, before the grade came out, I was like, I wanted to be. Sure. Definitely wanted to be, and we got to be, man. I mean, I can't be mad at that.
I hope you learn something tonight so you can apply it tomorrow.
Who you talking to? T? You talking to me?
Terrence.
What you mean? For my drive tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or we doing one collectively?
Look, Terrence, you already know he got to cut up. Terrence, he knows it's the end of the show, so you know he been on his best behavior.
Yeah.
You know he got to cut up, man.
I'm chilling, bro.
He gonna.
Hey, I would say this, man. It's been a joy. This is not the last one. I have 2 more lives I'm going to do, and then I'm going on my hiatus. Getting closer and closer to the wedding. I'll be back in September. I probably won't do the roundtable where I do with content creators for training camp because I'll be freshly married at the end of July. But I'll definitely be, staying close to the ground, hitting the fellas up, hitting all the beat reporters that we know, man. So I definitely appreciate Terrence and JJ and Alex bringing me out of hibernation to talk some ball, which, I've been doing a lot on X and following everybody else's page. I definitely appreciate you fellas coming up. And again, shout out Alex Zitlow for the Charlotte Observer coming up and talking to us basically for our hour and a half our first hour before we went into our mock draft. But JJ and Terrence, tell the people what you guys got going on. You guys are live tomorrow to do a mock draft, and tell them about, again, the mock draft challenge that we have on X.
Yeah, for sure. Like Doug mentioned, we will be doing a live. We will be doing a live mock draft tomorrow. I think we're either going to get kicked off at 7 or 7:30. I guess I need to run that by my co-host and confirm that works for him.
Correct.
Yes, sir. My apologies. So that would be step 1. So time TBD, but we will be doing a live stream tomorrow at For Panthers Fans Only. If you visit on, or if you want to check us out on YouTube. And then like Doug mentioned, we have our mock draft tournament going on right now. With all the content creators around, all the Carolina Panthers,
Bro, I can't. Sorry, bro. I swear I can't stand this.
All the Carolina Panthers content creators that decided to enter this year. We have that going on right now on X at FPFO_podcast. You can visit now, vote for your favorite content creators, or do the right thing and vote for the mock draft that you like the most. Last year, we kind of ran into a popularity contest with some matchups. But yeah, so you can go over to at FPFO_podcast right now and go vote on that. And if you wanted to donate to charity or contribute to our charity fund that we will be donating at the end of the mock draft tournament next Thursday, you can do that as well. The link is underneath all of the posts that we've rolled out today. So Doug, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you having us, man. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And good to see you back. You have to stop. You have to stop abandoning. You have to stop abandoning us, bro.
Bro, like I was just saying, like I said, we at the end. A lot of people like Doug, like, did you and Quan? I'm like, y'all had to pay attention. We gave you guys heads up. Quan just didn't let it out the bag yet. I knew, like, we got life outside of content, but it just shows the product that I do here, and I appreciate everybody that's reached out and was asking concerns. Like we know you haven't went anywhere, and it just shows the community that we have being a small market. That I'm one of the content creators that people look out for. So I definitely appreciate the love that everybody's shown. Again, for me, with me not being here, you have plenty of content, different personalities, different optimism. Some people that don't agree with the things the team does. There's plenty of content out there, plenty of content creators. Show everybody love, support them. Again, we do this out of love for you guys. We don't have the big market right here. I'm in Texas. We don't have the market like Dallas Cowboys are always on national television. So we do this in our spare time to give you guys love and support. Again, it was hard for me to come up here because I'm like, bro, I'm just chilling. Me and JJ have been trying to do this for almost 3 weeks. Only reason we couldn't do it in the beginning.
It'd be longer.
Yeah, like seriously, because again, wedding planning is it's enjoyable, but it's very tedious. And again, with the missus, I gotta, hey, yes, babe, hey, whatever you need, that come first right now. But again, for Terrence and JJ, they've been rocking with me for almost 3 years, man. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the pod that you guys do. Appreciate the support. We talk behind the scenes. Again, you guys already know I'm gonna rock with y'all 10 toes down everywhere I go, man. So
For sure.
you already know
And
what it is.
Appreciate
as
it.
you wrap up, I just want to say this too. As you talk about kind of like, us being locked in for 3 years and everything like that too. I just want to tell you in front of everybody that I appreciate you coming on the spaces last week and putting things back into perspective and showing your support for us because last Tuesday it was wicked. Last Tuesday was wicked for sure, and for me personally, that really meant a lot for you to come on the stage and, like I said, put everything into perspective, and more or less have our back for real. So I just want to tell you that because I know I didn't have the opportunity to tell you behind closed doors, so I'll tell you now in the public forum. That really, really meant a lot to me for sure.
Yeah,
So
like I said, hey, if you got my number on the back end, I've talked to you off stream. That means I'm really rocking with you. Again, me and JJ have talked more than, and Terrence is no slight to you. Me and JJ have talked behind scenes more. Like JJ knew I was about to get married. Again, like I said, once I was ready to make it public, I made it public. But again, I rock with everybody. Again, I appreciate all content creators that have collabed with me in my 3-year journey. For the ones that have not, that invitation gonna come. Just give me time. Right now, 100 days. My main focus is in July, and then I'm gonna do a recap, and I might do a training camp, an early training camp preview, or like basically position battles, and then we out of there, man. So, Terrence, you got anything before we do our outro, man?
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. Shout out to the chat. Seen all of the comments, very interactive. So we appreciate y'all for continuing to support us.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, my brother saying retweet. I'm still at the beginning of the wedding. He already know. I told him I don't want him to go through the hassles I went through, and I'm actually glad he's behind, so I can give him pointers and all this and that. So, Quan, you know I got you, bro. You know I got you on that end, man. But it's your man, C here. Go ahead, Terrence.
I was just gonna say congratulations to both of y'all. I wasn't able to say it at the beginning of the stream, but congratulations to both of y'all. Quan on the baby. Also wedding planning as well. Doug to you as well. Shout out to both of y'all.
I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. Yeah. Like I said, this is not so long. This is just see you guys on the back end, man. Again, I appreciate FPFO. Definitely check them out tomorrow when they do their mock draft. Again, I appreciate both gentlemen coming up to hold us down today, man. So it's your man C Dougie here at What's Up Doug. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's What's Up Doug 336. If you are new to the channel, let me go ahead and play the video. Where is it? Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share the video as well, man. Again, we will have some more content coming during the football season. But again, I appreciate JJ and Terrence holding us down, man. Everybody stay safe. Everybody stay blessed. Until next time, keep pounding.
You already know what time it is. Hey, let's go. What up, Doug? It's your anthem, homie. Let's do it. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This let go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. 7 points on the board. Touchdown. You can never ignore. Let's go. When we into the end zone, take a look at the score. Bryce Young out here throwing dots. O-line out here holding blocks. We too real, no Photoshop. Just a few things that Doug talk about. What up, Doug? When they see it in public, they showing them love. Uncle Quan, what's up? Panther Nation, it is time to go up. Really in the field capturing, acknowledging players who talented. Doug is bringing the analysis. The defensive beats when they tackling. The front seven rush got them panicking. The pressure's too much, they can't handle it. You coming to Bank of America Stadium, this is where it get challenging. You hear this song, it's time to tune in and turn it up. You gotta turn it up. If you listen and saying what time with me is, we all repeat and we scream. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This is what up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. Shout out to my man, what's up, Doug? Make sure y'all tune in and tap into his journey and everything that he's doing. Carolina forever, Panther Nation. It's go time, let's go. What up, Doug?